You know, there are some days where I wonder why I keep making these videos. Once again, watchers of Good Movies, my name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today, we're going to be talking about the film When the Bough Breaks. General premise of this movie is that this couple is having trouble conceiving a child, and so they decide to use a surrogate mother, basically implanting the embryo of the child into a woman's uterus and having her have the child. And of course, as this movie has to go, the woman who they end up choosing ends up being some sort of psychopath. So that's just delightful. Morris Chestnut is one of the leads of this film. He's fine in it. Regina Hall, she's also in the film. They are the couple who are just having the trouble conceiving the child. They're fine together. I enjoyed their presence on screen for the most part. It was fine. Jazz Sinclair is probably the standout of this movie. She does a really good job doing the crazy aspect and just kind of the obsessive compulsive person. But unfortunately, that's the only positive thing that I can say about the film, is that Jess Sinclair was good in it. Oh my god, I hated this movie so much. First off, it was extremely boring. There are films of this nature which come out around this time every year. The last one was The Other Guy, I think that was what it was called. And at least that one had some level of tension to it, because there is a crazy person stalking this woman, and it worked fine. Or The Perfect Guy, I think that's what it was called. And the year before that was No Good Deed, and that had Idris Elba in it, and it was kind of a home invasion type of thing. That also had a good level of tension to it for a large majority of the movie. This one had no tension to it at all until like maybe the last 5 minutes or so of the movie. And it just went on for way too long as well. It was also extremely predictable, which is a problem with this type of movie. It's not something that you want, but it was just, oh my god. I saw plot points coming from a mile away, and it just bugged the hell out of me. But the biggest issue of this film is that it just made me feel uncomfortable watching it. Because the main plot point of the film is that as Jess Sinclair is having these people's child, she begins to fall in love with Morris Chestnut's character. And so it's just this very awkward, undesired of her just coming on to him and trying to persuade him to fall in love with her and have sex with her and stuff like that, and he's just not into it whatsoever. And so it's very awkward back and forth because she just doesn't register the word no at all, and it's just, I didn't feel comfortable watching this movie a lot of the time. And as a result of this, along with some really bad dialogue sometimes, the audience was laughing. That's not good when this movie is not a comedy. There are just parts where a large majority of my theater was just laughing at certain situations which were happening. And I honestly couldn't help myself a few times, just laughing at some of the dialogue, or just some of the really cheesy situations which these characters throw themselves into. And it's supposed to be a tension-filled drama, and it doesn't feel like it whatsoever. Now, the thing about this film is the ending, and this is where it really could have saved the movie, if anything, because that's where the big climax is going to happen for this film, and then it just doesn't really work either. It's just quite boring, and honestly, I hated this movie so much, and I don't think you should see it, so I'm going to talk about the ending to this movie. So if you actually want to see this movie and don't want it spoiled, thanks for watching. So long story short, Jess Sinclair, she has the kid and ends up in this lakeside cabin thing, and Morris Chestnut, he goes into the house, gets the baby, and as they are trying to leave, him and his wife with the baby, Jess Sinclair, she just ends up in front of the car and gets mowed down and killed, essentially, which was a great moment in the movie because she was really starting to piss me off. But then, instead of just driving away, which would have been the smart idea, they just stay in the cabin and wait for the police the next morning. It just seemed very, very strange to me. And then Morris Chestnut tells his wife, "Oh, I'll handle it." He goes to the door, and then the credits start going, and it's just like, what? That would have been actually more interesting, and I would have wanted to see how he's going to talk himself out of the fact that there's a dead girl who just gave birth and technically owns that child by law, which is really weird. Guys, unless you are a massive, massive, massive fan of any of these three actors, definitely do not check this thing out. It is not worth your time whatsoever. Unless you just really enjoy terrible movies for the sake of them being terrible. Maybe you like this and maybe check this thing out, but otherwise it's not worth your time or your money. So guys, obviously I did not like When the Bough Breaks. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And a high note of today, which this film did not give me, neither did Disappointments Room, but I have hit 200 subscribers on this channel, which is awesome. So let me know what you want me to do as a result of that. I would love to make a special video if anyone wants me to do something special. I could go over all of my Blu-rays that are right here. I have a lot more down there too, and some not with me. But once I have all of them in one location, I'd love to go through them. Or if you want to see me do a Q&A, love to do that as well. Just let me know. Let me know what ideas you want me to do, or maybe I could eat a ghost pepper or something. That would be painful. You guys, as always, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.